Good morning and thank you for tuning in to What's That Growth. Today we will be talking about skin cancer. We will take a closer look at the differences in basal cell carcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma. Joining us today is the nearly forgotten Mitt Romney. Mr. Romney, thank you so much for joining us on the show today, especially with such short notice.
It's my pleasure. And to be honest, Whoopi, since my presidential seat loss, I'm running out of things to do.
Well, I did think it was weird you were willing to come on today to talk about your skin problems, but we still thank you.
Of course. All everyone sees on TV are my perfectly tweezed eyebrows, but what they don't see are all these lesions I have from spending years at the beach at my house in the Hamptons.
Before we get more intimate here, let's point out a couple quick general facts about skin cancer.
Great idea.
Skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States, with it affecting more than 2 million people. There are more new cases of skin cancer each year than breast, colon, lung, and prostate cancer combined.
I heard that non-melanoma skin cancer treatments have increased by almost 77% between 1992 and 2006.
It's true. And the top instigator is basal cell carcinoma, with squamous cell carcinoma coming up in a close second.
So what is the difference in the two?
Let's begin with basal cell carcinoma. As I previously stated, it is the most common malignant neoplasm, accounting for about 80% of skin cancers. The good thing with this one is that it rarely metastasizes.
Where am I most likely to find this type of cancer?
You are most commonly going to find this cancer on your face, neck, and head, as well as the scalp of those unlucky folks who don't have hair.
With all this perfect hair, I guess I don't have to worry about that too much. However, I do have this lesion on my arm we ought to check out.
Great example. Fortunately, these are slow-growing tumors that usually remain local.
I'm confused though. I thought only people with really light skin and blonde or red hair got these kinds of cancers.
Those are some major risk factors. However, sun exposure at an early age is one of the largest risk factors. Also, people that have had transplants or radiation therapy are also at a higher risk.
That makes sense. I also brought with me today a few more photos of other types of basal cell carcinoma I've had in the past. Do you mind if we take a look at them?
Sure, let's look at the nodular basal cell carcinoma first.
This is one I had on my nose years ago before all my plastic surgery. It started out as a sore that just kept bleeding and scabbing for months, and I couldn't get it to go away. My doctor actually referred to it as a rodent ulcer once.
Any chance you brought in a photo of a pigmented basal cell carcinoma?
I sure did.
These are still raised, but usually much darker and have a blue, black, or brown color to them with a white, translucent border.
The last one I wanted to show you of this type is a sclerosing basal cell carcinoma. This one looks totally different than the rest. It usually appears as a white or yellow, waxy plaque that blends in with your skin.
I could see how someone could easily ignore that and let it grow without ever getting a checkup.
Definitely, but it's important to note any new growth and have it checked out by your local physician assistant as soon as you can.
Let's move on to squamous cell carcinoma. This one isn't as prevalent, but it's a little more serious.
Yeah. This is a malignant tumor that generally affects the skin and mucous membranes and arises from the squamous cells in the upper layer of your skin, otherwise known as the epidermis. The picture behind us shows a good differentiation of basal cell carcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma.
While this type of malignancy has many of the same risk factors, it also has connection with human papillomavirus.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Well, we are running out of time, but I would like to take a look at a few photos of squamous cell carcinoma before we finish.
Absolutely. This first one is known as Bowen's disease. It is usually found on sun-exposed sites like the lower legs or on the scalp, ears, and dorsal hands. It appears as a pink, scaly, well-marginated macule, papule, or plaque.
This next one is an invasive squamous cell carcinoma. It is more slowly evolving and typically presents as a lesion that doesn't completely heal. They are asymptomatic but tend to bleed. They appear as a red or pink papule, nodule, or plaque with a thick, scaly top.
So how do I tell the difference in the two skin cancers?
It can be difficult. Both types of skin cancer can appear similar and are both treated in almost identical ways. The differentiation is seen through a biopsy. The basal cell carcinoma arises from the basal layer of the epidermis, and squamous cell carcinoma arises in the epidermis and dermis in the squamous cells.
Okay, great.
Well, Mr. Romney, thank you again for coming on to speak with us today.
It was my pleasure. I hope this information helps some of the viewers at home today.
Me too. I hope everyone joins us next time when we dive into malignant melanoma. Make it a great day.